So finally, US Fed has cut 0.50 basis point rate cut, and anticipation was that maybe around 0.25 will be cut. But now, no, actually, no, from last few days, few weeks, no, probability of 50 basis point was going up almost more than 67%. And yes, yesterday, no, US Fed has no bite the bullet and they've cut by almost 50 basis point. Jan Powell, if he is saying that yes, no, the economy is quite strong and all that, but everyone knows behind the scene what is the problem. The problem is US Fed is quite late in cutting the interest rate. No, actually, he told in the commentary also that if the data of unemployment and all that, if you could have known by July, no, when they decided not to cut interest rate, they could have cut interest at that time only. But yes, it's been delayed decision. But anyways, it has come now, and 0.50 basis point. But if you see here, the market is not rejoicing. At least in USA yesterday, US market gone down little bit when they closed. Even gold gone up, then again got stabilized. Crypto also gone down. It's like no profit booking type of no that everyone was knowing, and no every like no they are been prepared for this event. And that's why they're not a no you can see a big tick. But today in Indian market, when I am shooting this video, already no Nifty is up by 170 points and all that. But it will be a good thing for India as US has cut the Fed rate, because at the end of the day, that liquidity tab is now open. FII may come in future, may in coming months, and even RBI may cut interest rate in coming months. So today we'll talk about that in detail, how the impact of this Fed rate will be there now in our Indian economy, plus our stocks market. No, which stock will perform, which sector will perform, we'll talk in detail. But sorry guys, before I go guys, if you want any stock or sector to be reviewed guys, put it in the comment box. I normally answer each and every comment. And do like and share this video without fail, because every time we are bringing this video to help you out. Okay, so let's talk about the Fed rate first. Now, talking about Fed rate, 0.50 basis point they cut, and it is been told that no, in this year only another 2.25 basis cut it will be that. So 1% of in this year. Next year will be again 100 basis point, that is also 1%. And in another yeah, there is financial 26, it will be 0.50 basis point. So this is how the interest rate cut will happen across next 2 years also, and that is been told by Jayant Powell. But no, they are saying but things may happen differently also. If they need it, they may cut more interest rate also. But currently what Powell is saying, no, that don't expect too much interest rate cut happening very fast, because this is the first time we have done it, but we are cut by 50 basis point. Next time we are not going to cut by 50 basis point somehow. So many are saying that okay, this may be a political pressure, November election is there, so Democrats want this interest rate cut to be done and be much more lower. And again, the next interest rate cut may happen before that the election is going to happen. So maybe the interest rate cut will happen after the election. So that's why there may be a political pressure. Yes, it may be reason. I tell you, if you talk 2 3 months back, there was no talk going on that this year also there will be interest rate cut. But now they have cut, that means there is some pressure also. And of course the data is supporting that no, the inflation is cooling down. Their target is 2%, to bring inflation at 2%. But I really doubt whether they are able to reach that or not, because China, who is supplying the goods to most of the countries, no, they are having a problem. And again, no, there also the cost of production is going up, and inflation is somewhat no actually biting China also. Their products are going up, so indirectly, US will have a issue on that. But again, US is banning lot many China products also. So wherever the cheap products used to come, if they are banning that one, their inflation may on a higher side. Of course, the crude oil is supporting currently, which is around 75 odd dollars. But no, to bring 2% inflation, that is what will be the task, a big task to for US also. Similarly, same task is for the RBI in India. If you talk about RBI, no, RBI now, as US has cut the interest rate, now RBI may start thinking about cutting the interest rate maybe next month onwards. And let's see how much they will cut. But yes, they should cut. at the end of the day, inflation is already there in the comfort zone between 2 to 4%. And normally we follow US a lot, so now they have cut, big daddy has cut the interest, and now we may follow. And let's see what will happen in coming future. But yes, the biggest benefit which RBI is getting currently, that crude price is going down. Okay, you see, even government has scrapped the windfall tax because crude is stabilized between around $75. So one thing, your oil price is going down. Another big thing is the monsoon, whatever happened, no, it's quite decent. Okay, so because of good monsoon, your food prices may go down, and that is also one of a big component for Indian, you can say, inflation. So if that cool off, that will also benefit inflation to go down. And that is when, no, it's been hopeful that RBI also may start cutting interest rate next month onwards. Now, when we talk about all this stuff, guys, understand both the economy is different. US economy is somewhat, no, capitalist, you know that. Again, no, one of the yes, another major reason why there may be a quick interest rate cut which is going to happen in next 2 years is that the basically interest what they are paying currently, the US debt is $35 trillion. Now our economy is $3.5 trillion. 10 times of our economy is US debt. Now such a big debt is there. They're paying every year $1 trillion as a debt. Now if they cut the interest rate, that is much more beneficial to them. Otherwise they have to give away more and more interest, correct? And again, their banking system also facing lot of issue, mid-sized bank and all that. And that is what many of the no government officials were saying, no, they have to cut interest, otherwise some of the banks may go bankrupt. So one, because they want to, basically pay such a high interest, $1 trillion, they have to cut the interest, and now they may are cutting very fast. Of course, no, if you talk about the both the central bankers, we talk about US and India, I think Indian central bankers are much more proactive, and they have much more better understanding than, no, these guys are literally this time, no, has gone too far. Now it was quite late that they cut the interest. Normally 50 basis point you don't cut unless as there is some big issue happening. And that is what the fear was happening, that today, yesterday night, when they cut 50 basis point, no, suddenly all analysts are starting, is recession, big recession coming? Then Jan Paul told in the press conference, no, US economy is quite strong. It is, no, just to support the economy we are having a 50 basis point. But yes, normally this type of big rate cut, this is samely happened in 2007 also, but then the market fallen a lot. So hopefully this is something different, not like earlier there was a crisis. There is no crisis, big crisis here. And basically Fed is saying that US economy is not in a big problem. Okay, this is going to stabilize over the time. Okay, so that is a point. Now once they stabilize, no, it is good for their economy, and of course it is good for world over also. Now let us talk about our economy. When we talk about our economy, guys, things are in a much better shape now, as the interest rate cut happens in USA, followed by in India. Of course FIs are going to come back. If you take last 3 years data, they are the net sellers. Okay. Even this year also they are the net sellers. Earlier the share of FII was around 17.2 something in Indian stock market. Now India is having almost 75% and more. So our DII in Indian retail investors are having a much more better shareholding compared to FII. That shows the why our country is so resilient. Again, guys, 25 50 basis point, it will not make a big difference to us. But yes, the sentiment changes. Again, the FI flow may change. Now this say also they're the net sellers from more than 1 lakh crore rupees. Now if this flow is coming, guys, it will be beneficial for India, because now the FI flow may come. DI is already a net buyer of more than 3 lakh crore rupees in India. Now once the FI may join, that is good for Indian stock market. Hopefully we may go much more above. So I used to say always, guys, earlier भी मैं बोल रहा था कि I think this year only we may touch more than 26,000, maybe 27,000 also, because at the end of the day, where money will flow in an economy which is doing well, and that is where India is doing quite well. Now let us talk about which are the stocks and the sectors, mainly sectors which will be in focus, and which sectors may do well. So first sector, we'll take it like banking. In that also, private bankers. Now again, guys, I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. Do your own research before investing. This is just for information purpose. Like private banks, like all these Axis, ICICI, HDFC, Kotak, and all that, SBI also, maybe in public sector, may be beneficial because of this. Because at the end of the interest rate cut will benefit them. Because if the interest rate cut goes down, the loan demand may go up. Again, the cost of funding is quite high currently, that will also go down. That will help them to increase the net interest margin. So all the private bankers, I'm just given few names, but you can check other banks also in private, but they may do much better from here. Because interest rate going down is somewhat good for the economy and for the banks also. The NPA issue may again become better, even though we have actually from last few years, if you take about 5 years, NPA has gone down a lot. But as the interest rate goes down, that is beneficial from the NPA front of view. So that is also benefiting the banks. So if you talk about bank nifty or banks, and it is not at all performed in last 2 years. In last 2 years, other sectors has majorly performed, like PSU, defense, renewables. Okay, these are the stocks which has performed much better. Railway. But if you talk about banks, they have not performed. The reason is simple, because the CASA ratio was going down. Now as the interest rate goes down, the cost of funding may go down, and maybe net interest margin may increase little bit over the time, but much more beneficial now. Okay, so the banking sector is one of the sector you should think about it. Another is IT sector. IT sector, anyways, I used to tell from last so many months. Because interest rate is going to cut, I think the biggest beneficial will be IT. Because if the interest rate cut happens in USA, already happened, which is the banking industry there will be revival point. Okay, there will be a revival in banking sector. And again, BFSI, that is banking financial. Okay, BFSI sector is bigger sector for any IT companies. Indian IT, if you talk any big companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL, all these guys, more than 90% of the share is coming from USA, Europe, and all that. Okay, and so there, if the revival happens, okay, then they will less negotiate with our no counterparts, sorry, our company and all that. And no, there will be much more better negotiation power with IT companies, because their situation will also be better. So all this stuff will do well for the IT stocks also. So IT stocks also you have to keep in mind. Again, guys, if we talk about Europe also, talking about related to IT, Europe is also cutting the interest rate left, right, center. Most of the countries are cutting it. Euro is also cutting it. When today also, by the time I'm speaking, there are some announcement going to happen from some of the countries. So there also situation is somewhat coming at a decreasing interest rate, which will help these IT companies. So overall, I think IT companies in a much better shape compared to what they had a position earlier. So you have to keep this in mind now when you are talking about investing in IT stock. I think they may do well over the time, at least for 1 or 2 years, as the interest rate cut may happen. The third sector which I'm talking about is nothing but the automobiles. If the loan rate goes down, then people may buy some of the auto stocks through EMI and all that. And as the interest rate goes down, it will benefit many of the auto companies. Also, many of the auto companies like Tata Motors and all that, they are having an no foreign loans also, and all that, that will also go down. So indirectly, for automobiles also, it is better position. Again, the monsoon was quite good, so that was also one factor to rejoice. And another factor is lower interest rate will help automobile, because it's a cyclical business. Another cyclical business we are talking about is the real estate already gone up a lot, because they have a less now, that loan book issues and all that. No, now most of the real estate done very well. Demand is strong, and again, as the interest rate goes down, real estate home loan buyers will come and buy home through loans. Okay, so this will help many of the real estate companies. Acha, by the way, talking about real estate company, guys, I think many of you are our members. Just go and check it out. Yesterday we sent one recommendation on real estate stock. just check your email ID, you will come to know. So yes, real estate stocks are in focus. They may do well over the time. Achha, by the way, you also want to understand what type of service you are providing, you can click the below link given in the chat box, where given the attending the master class we are doing regularly. That attend that, you will come to know our stock recommendation services, as we are a SEBI registered research analyst. So keep real estate sector in focus, and no, just see if you are able to find some value picks out of that. Also, this real estate, automobiles, IT, banking, these are some of the stocks which will have a direct impact. Even NBFC, as the cost of funding goes down, and they are giving loans on much more on a fixed interest rate, so they may also get benefit out of this. So these are the some of the sectors and the stocks which I spoken of, which you have to keep in mind. Again, please do your own research before investing. But you want any specific stock or sector not to be analyzed from my side, put it in the comments, and I'll do reply a comment. So even if you have a question, put it, so I'll do reply that. So guys, the whatever Fed rate cut happened in USA, it is a positive thing for Indian stock market. Hopefully we'll touch much more higher levels from here. So see you then. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next. Bye bye.